back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. It's Saturday night, and I'm glad it's a Saturday night. I can just take this podcast easy today. No one listens on Saturday. Yeah, they listen back on Monday to Saturday, but by then I can be forgiven because nothing happened today. Nothing at all. Over the next 5 weeks, I'm going to have to dig deep into the bag of fucking party tricks to pull out some fucking entertainment, because I can't just regale you with stories of what's happening around the house. I need escapism. I need to enter the world of the podcast. When I turn the mic on, I'm in a different world now. I just got to enter a different world. I'll just fucking make things up. I'll create my own fucking world. I'll be Harry Potter in my own little fucking world. I never watched that shit, so not Harry Potter. Harry Potter was way too fucking nerdy for me. One of my mates read the whole fucking thing in his mid-20s. I'm like, dude, just relax. And he's like, they're so good, man. You should read them. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how good the writing is. I'm not reading about a fucking little nerd magician. And it's so funny watching that Daniel Radcliffe guy in other movies. All he's doing when he's acting is trying not to be Harry Potter. That's the character he plays in every other movie he's ever done. He's like, I'm not Harry Potter. It's like, shut up. You are Harry Potter. That's it. Your career's done. Just take the money and fucking run. It's like Kramer from Seinfeld. Well, actually, Kramer got up at the Laugh Factory in LA and started yelling the N-word, so that was the end of his career. But even so, what was he going to play after fucking Kramer? Like, he couldn't be the fucking pilot in Miracle on the Hudson, if that's what the movie's called. Who would get on that fucking plane? You're checking in your baggage and you see fucking Kramer roll up. You're like, let me off this fucking plane. That happens to some actors. They play a role that's bigger than them, and their face is just that certain type that just gets stuck in your head. Like David Schwimmer, he was in some movie where he was like in the army. It's like, shut up, Ross. Go back to the Central Perk. That dude from American Pie, not Stifler, the fucking main dude, the guy who fucked the pie. He was never going to do anything after that. Stifler was lucky not to be Stifler for the rest of his life. I think he still might be a little bit Stifler, but he did some other shit afterwards. Some shit no one cares about, but he just snuck out. A friend of mine said she was at a house party years ago, and that fucking dude from American Pie, the pie fucking dude, turned up, and he must have been like 40 at the time, and just started blowing lines in the toilet with everyone. She was like 19. She said he was a real nice guy. Shouted everyone coke, so good on him. Also, Urkel. Steve Urkel. Urkel was too big. Did I do that? Fuck, that used to make me laugh. That was the funniest show on TV. And I'd watch that with my parents. My parents would be fucking howling with laughter too. At Urkel. My adult parents would be pissing themselves laughing at that. It's like the extras with Ricky Gervais. The show within the show, When the Whistle Blows. I think that's what it's called, but the catchphrase is, are you having a laugh? And my dad and his wife would watch the extras, but I could tell they were genuinely interested in what was going on in When the Whistle Blows. If they developed When the Whistle Blows, my dad would have watched every episode. Are you having a laugh? Another classic example, Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me, girl? Fuck, I had a crush on Winnie Cooper. I think Winnie Cooper was my first ever crush. Fuck, I used to love Winnie Cooper. I think I used to love Winnie Cooper more than fucking Kevin Arnold did. I used to get nervous when she used to pop up on screen. And that fucking theme song. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me, girl? I love that theme song so much. And then later on in life, I discovered how fucking good that song is. One night when I was on drugs and drinking, I bought the DVD, the Woodstock DVD, and I just took it to Joe Cocker, standing there, completely fucking on another planet at Woodstock, and he just fucking lights that song up. If you ever want to get high without getting high or drinking, just stand in front of the TV, turn the lights off, crank the volume, and just listen to Joe Cocker at Woodstock. And just watch him and realize that you may have been a partier and you may have been fucked up in your life, but you never managed to fucking stumble out on stage at Woodstock and then just fucking light it up. Just Google it and watch it. It's the best. That's a performance you can watch and it just gives you tingles. I watched that on Drinking and Drugs that day, maybe 50 times in a row on repeat. Then I find out later on in life that Little Help from My Friends is a fucking Beatles song and Joe Cocker's just covered it. So I go back and listen to the Beatles song and I'm like, Beatles, you suck. They sing it like this. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Shut up, Beatles. Shut up, John Lennon. Or was it fucking Ringo who sung that song? I think it was Ringo. It sounds like Ringo. I get by with a little help from my friends. Some comedian had a joke, I forget who it was, but he's like, the Beatles are so fucking high, they even let Ringo sing a couple of tunes. Okay, where was I? So yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own little world and I'll become the main character in that little world, because what am I going to do for the next 5 weeks? Tell you about how my wife has yelled at me about 45 times today because I start every single sentence with fuck. I'm like, fuck, that's a good jacket. Fucking, where are my shoes? Fucking, what's time? Fuck, this sucks. Fuck, are we going to have for dinner? And I can't swear like that now. The kid's in the house 24/7. I'm going to have to tone it down until I get to the podcast and then I'm unleashing. I'm going to unleash in my little podcast world that I created where I'm the main character. I'm going to be the Urkel of my own little world. So come along for the ride if you dare. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. Enjoy your Saturday night. If you're drinking, you should really quit, but have one for me. Have a beer for Boyle. All right, see you the fuck later.